stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Okay, and so that song, so there's take one. So even before I get into that song, I'll just report on how that felt to me, because that's the most important thing that we want to dissect here in our processes. Go, okay, first take. How much like shit do you feel, or what are you doing? And I didn't feel like shit there, but I was preoccupied with the style of it, the pitch of it, the mechanics of it, the thing in front of me here. So it's kind of like managing and supervising every element possible. So there's no access to the expressive space yet, because I haven't done any technical work to put that in place and crank that and to move over here, if that makes sense. So this song, just to start on the belief side of things, is a song about depression and anger in a really profoundly personal way. And the first line is stone cold world. And I thought to myself when I wrote that, what is that line? And I thought, oh yes, the universe probably will give you what you need to succeed, but it doesn't care if you don't. Stone motherfucking cold, right? So doesn't care. And I went, ooh, that's good. And when I think of that now, when I sing that line, I can jump off that a bit and go, oh yes, that's meaningful. I got a stone cold stare, living in pain and chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Okay, so now I think I just want to do a few of those loose. I just want to sing them and get my body into it, because I want to detach from this place here and your faces and your opinions, and I want to come right here and get into that body energy. Everything we talk about is that move from the mind to the body energy. Stone cold world, stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any technique right now, so I'm just obsessed with being in my throat and being in the wrong places. So I need to just, I need to get some movement happening, and I want to bring it back from pushing, because I was just screaming that sort of, and I want to come back from pushing, apply technique instead of making up for it with shoving it out of my face, because it's stressing me out, frankly. This is where I have to work on the thing where I think that you guys feel impatient and you don't actually care. That's my problem and no one else's. And when I do that, I move from here to here. Do something. You know, you can snap out of that like this. Okay. Now I'll do a full technique one. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. Just clarity. Living in pain, in chains that hold me there. Ooh, I got some belief there. I feel my rage so deep down. Oh, you can see my belief show up there. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. And the belief came from not pushing so much anymore, so I could relax a little bit. Let's go again. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I It's time to let it out. Okay, so that's pretty interesting because I don't care anymore about this side and what you guys are thinking. I was nice and firmly right here, which means I'm in the place, the internal space, where I can actually measure the mechanics and go, what goes where? Is this nasal enough? Is my jaw tense and shitty? You know, like that. I can kind of focus there. Only from this space. If I let you guys take my energy and I go external focus, then all of my energy is here. And I can't do work here. Right? And that's just a difference between being back here in the breath and eyes closed in that Tom York space I was saying, or being pulled out by your audience, them going, give me the attention. Let me control what you're doing. And I go, okay, but I shouldn't do that. Fuck you guys, right? Like it's not about that at all. It's about this first. So we come back here, internal first, measure the mechanics. I'm still not there yet as far as warmed up technically to the place I want to be, which is the be as good as you are golden rule. Not as good as I want to be. I want to be way better. Adele status doesn't fucking matter. I'm not. I have to get where I can get. And I'm not quite there yet, even though I've dealt with this piece of metal and plastic problem. So I can help a little bit by getting even more physical and taking some weirder chances too. Some stuff that just makes me feel like, ooh, this is pretty worth judging right here. You know, that kind of stuff. That's good. I once stood in my jam space and I was feeling self-conscious, so I just saluted my guitar player like this the entire song, staring at him. And he was like super bewildered. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, this feels so dumb. But afterwards, I was like, now I've done the dumbest thing. Everything else is easy. Right. I also worked with a rapper once who was touring in Europe opening for Tekashi 6ix9ine, and he was super nervous about those crazy crowds. And I said, do 30 push-ups in the middle of the audience sometime before you go on. And then when you get on, you will have done the dumbest thing of the night already. So everything else will be simple. And it totally worked. Stone cold world, I gotta resist the urge. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. Living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Okay, there's no way I would have done that first take, whatever that is. It's not good or anything yet, but there's no way I would have done that with all of that movement and all of that kind of whatever. I'm getting into this new space from simply pushing my technical voice and getting comfortable in that space. That's all I'm doing so far. Pushing my technical voice and getting into this internal space. Hey, Dana. We are live on, nobody's there. Literally no one is there, but we are live on Twitch. Just your voices and my video. Is that okay with you, Dana? Cool. And Lachlan, that's okay? I didn't check with you guys.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I've only focused so far on internal focus instead of external focus. What do you guys think? And my mechanics. I'm just trying to get there with my body and with my voice. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Oh, interesting. So now I'm kind of obsessing about movement. Now I'm in my mind going like, I should be weirder and I fucking shouldn't be. What I shouldn't do is guilt myself about not being enough. Obviously. That's amazing, right? That the brain goes, oh, well, is this good? Who fucking knows if it's good? You guys don't. I don't either. You only know if it's good for you. And I only know if it's good for me. So that's kind of interesting. So I want to get out of that and just go back to maybe listening to the words and the belief here. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Yeah. Okay, that's feeling a bit better. I'm going to do just one more again. Stone cold world. Actually, let's get stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Okay, so I'm trying to take some chances up front now and get really in the mic so that I can really be heard and get over the part where it's like, does this sound good? Well, let me get right in your face then and make the mistakes I'm going to make and do all of that shit so you guys can judge it even harsher, and I can then get over that. I've already taken that risk, so I don't care. That sort of thing. So I'm going to go really quiet here and see what happens. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. Okay, you know what? I think that I'm at the stage now where the remainder of the technical problems I feel like I'm having are actually psychological things where I'm getting stopped by judgment. So what I want to do now is turn it from internal, because right now I'm working on everything in here. And this is kind of the key, I think. Now turn it now external, because then I'm not living in the judgment center, measuring every note, measuring every pitch. I'm instead sharing it, which takes the pressure off me measuring everything, because my focus is then here. So the piece of metal and plastic at that speech level, let's see if I can get comfortable and not judgmental. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. Living in pain, in chains that hold me there. Jaw tension. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep. Ooh, so this is interesting, because this is what you might call a disastrous mindset. Just kicked in there, and it was just like, oh, this is terrible. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, this is a grotesque something. That's an interesting space, and I just want to root back out of that by getting more into the body. And I got to take a few more chances. Big energy stuff is nice. Stone cold world, boom ba ba. Stone cold stare. living in pain, in chains that hold me there. Sing it! I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Notch back from there a little bit. 1 second, water. That felt a little bit nice to suck at singing and not care because my body energy was making it unimportant. Let's see if I can combine them a bit. Let me take this up a bit. Oops, wrong way. Trying to reset in the breath. Trying to reset my opinion of your opinion of this. I'm trying to reset the meaning so I can think of the words instead of my voice now. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. Living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. Shit. Stone cold world, stone cold world, stone cold world. Here we go. Stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me here. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. A stone cold, stone cold world. I got a stone cold world, stone cold world. Fuck, okay. Stone cold world, stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. It's a movement. Stone cold world, stone cold stare. Living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel I feel my rage so deep down, stone cold world. I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. Okay, I'm almost ready for my final take. Stone cold, 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 cold. Ooh, yeah. Okay, interesting. There's somewhere right in the middle of that speech volume up here and screaming it that would make me settle in. I'm sweating though, and that's nice. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down, but it's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world, I got a stone cold stare. I'm living in pain, in chains that hold me there. I feel my rage so deep down. It's time to let it out. It's time to let it out. Stone cold world. Okay. That last one I actually liked quite a bit.